Hey guys, how are you all doing? With the current lockdown situation, you have landed at the right channel. And today I'll be explaining how budget airlines work.
Victor Tango 09016. Leonhardt, you are cleared to land.
Budget airlines are low-cost carriers aimed at minimum service delivery at a lower ticket fare. To understand this structure better, we will be looking at 8 different categories based on which they differ. At the first is meals on board. No low-cost carriers would provide meals for free. Like they say, we provide opportunity to fly. You pay for the rest.
Seatbelts can be purchased for $5. To release, purchase a release flap for $7. Now I know it. Please take a moment to look at your safety pamphlet. The charge for looking at this pamphlet is $3. The charge for looking at this pamphlet and putting it back quickly is $4. Oxygen masks will automatically drop from the compartment above your seat, free of charge. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. And to start the flow of oxygen, pay your flight attendant $75.63.
Usually people tend to eat when they are bored, like me, haha. It's a way of keeping ourselves busy. So carry a Nutri-Bar or a dry fruits or cookies in that case. Or pre-order food online so that you pay less than what you pay in flight. Secondly, we have seat assignment. Traditional airlines give you an option to choose your seat while checking in online, whereas budget airlines put you on an aisle seat by default. Want the window seat? Pay more. Want more leg space? Pay more. Want front seats? Pay more. You may find it difficult to sit as airlines try to fit in more seats. Here's a tip. Politely ask the cabin crew for the first row or for the seats near emergency exit if they are free. If it is a green signal, enjoy the leg space. Airlines like Ryanair do not have reclining seats. Sad, as purchase cost and maintenance is high. At the third is the entertainment on board. We have always loved the screen fit to the seat with all the music and movies. But in recent years, these were taken off the budget airlines. Fourth is the airport. Airport tax is charged to the airlines and is taken as maintenance cost from the passengers. Usually budget airlines set old airports as their hub, as old airports charge minimum to survive. Ryanair flies to Beauvais but not to Paris, as bigger cities charge more. Here, Beauvais is close to Paris. Every service you use at the airport, a charge is being paid for that by the airlines. AirAsia at Kuala Lumpur makes its passenger walk from the gate to the aircraft. This reduces the bus cost, jetway costs, etc. Fifth is the luggage. You know what it is. Of course, budget airlines restrict your luggage weight.
I never check my bags. Can't stand that weight baggage area.
Great.
They set the maximum limit to half of what the traditional airline set. For example, Air India offers you 25 plus 7 kgs, while budget airlines in India offer you 15 plus 7 kgs. Here, 7 is the standard weight of the cabin luggage. Why is this? More weight, more fuel to fly. Simple. If you are exceeding the limit, then pay for it online. This will cut you a few dollars rather than paying more at the check-in counter. Frequency of flights at 6th. Not only passengers but also airlines pay for the parking. Due to this, budget airlines keep their flights not on the ground but in the sky. A plane lands, deboarding, boarding, takeoff. Lands, deboarding, boarding, takeoff. There's no time given for the plane to breathe. due to which a delay in one sector affects the whole cycle. Hence you see more delays in budget airlines.
For the last time, the flight is delayed!
Do you see a plane out there, do you? Huh? We are not going anywhere until there is a plane out there!
As hubs charge less for parking, aircrafts are rested only at hub airports. Like AirAsia India rests majority of its aircrafts in primary hub Bengaluru and few aircrafts in secondary hubs like Mumbai, Kolkata and Delhi. Number 7 is the fleet. Budget airlines always use new aircrafts and offer single model only. This reduces the number of technicians required and also the maintenance cost. Usually aircraft serve 4 to 5 years in budget airlines. Later they are bought by the other airlines. Aircraft serve 10 to 15 years in a traditional airline. And the last is ticketing. As per IATA data, the average global occupancy is 70%. Hence airlines set ticket fares to break even with 70% occupancy. You will end up paying for your seat as well as a portion of the 30% of the seating capacity. As airlines love 100% occupancy, they give out discounts to fill the remaining 30%. It's a win-win. More about airline ticketing in my upcoming video. Budget airlines are more profitable than traditional airlines. Few budget airlines that grew very rapidly are Ryanair, EasyJet, Indigo, etc. Many traditional airlines opened budget airline services. For example, Air France opened Transavia. Lufthansa opened Eurowings. But not every budget airline could make the cut. Delta opened Song, which failed. US Airways opened Metrojet, which failed. United opened Shuttle, which failed. So they opened another named TED, which failed again. Now you must have understood how budget airlines work. This puts an end to this video. See you soon. Like, share, subscribe.